All right, welcome everybody to another exciting video, Chess with Luton Vazwe. This is Luton Vazwe, and you are chilling with me on my channel, which is on YouTube. And also, this is a channel that is on Facebook. We have a Facebook page as well, Chess with Luton Vazwe. We do have a WhatsApp group as well, which is Chess with Luton Vazwe. And I would be happy and delighted if you would engage me on the WhatsApp channel. I know that YouTube has a comment section, but I don't think that the comment section does a lot of justice, as people would like to, air out and explore and talk with regards to what they want to, express. So, yeah, on Chess with Little Vazwe, we'll be having the feature of you dropping your voice notes and those voice notes being played on the air. Hopefully, your thoughts and opinions will be able to be taken into consideration and will be also answered, thoroughly as well. So in this video, we are still busy with our series, development series, which deals with clubs which are in Delft. We are going to be focusing on Delft Chess Club. If you want to know more about the clubs that are in Delft, I recommend that you watch the previous video. Yeah, we here in this video are going to be looking at the Delft Chess Club curriculum and how we structured teaching, like the metamorphosis of it. Um, what else did I want to say now? Yeah. I had promised people that we would be looking at our 5-year plan in this video. But unfortunately, I think that this video is going to be crowded too much with regard to the curriculum. So I've decided that let me pause that and make another video. So we'll be making a fourth video where we'll be talking about the 5-year plan of Delft, how we want to, where we want to be. And secondly, in that video as well, we are going to be talking about the challenges that we have with finance and how we are setting up the club so that we may be able to um, try and what's the word, overcome those challenges. So yeah, the please stay tuned for that video, but we'll be talking about that there. Delft Chess Club curriculum, how do we structure teaching? First of all, just to give a background of Delft, not really a background, but rather we are in the N2 Gateway. For those who know where Delft is, the previous video as well, I broke down how big Delft is and the 5 regions and where we are in terms of clubs. So we are in the N2 Gateway. Unfortunately, for now, we do not have a venue, so the kids still practice at my home. We have practice on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so 3 times in a week. Practice is structured from 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock. But yeah, because now it's being late, it's a bit late. We sometimes do it at 4 o'clock to 5:30, or we end at 5:45, so that players might not go home when it's too late. But the majority of players actually stay around the vicinity, so that's the convenience of the club being close to them. So yeah, there are many ways of teaching that we have tried, many ways of teaching that we have tried, and it was a process of trial and error. The reason being that yeah, some methods of teaching are not engaging to the learners. Some method of teachings do not allow the learners to express what they desire. For example, if we spend the whole Monday doing a lecture, for example, without the children actually getting a game to play, then they cannot air out the type of things that they are learning. So we've tried many different ways so that we can tackle the issue. So I'm going to take you according to the sequence that we had before. So number one, we tried this sequence of giving a puzzle, then it's a lecture, and then game study. Yeah, it worked a bit, and the players were enthusiastic, say for about a week or something like that. But as time went on, there was a bit of problems. Number one, as the puzzles became a bit complicated, we went into our mate in threes, past mate in one. Then all of a sudden, the puzzles would take up the majority of the time. And after the puzzles are done, the, uh, the players have to squeeze in the lecture, which is just a single game, and then after that we go into the games. Unfortunately, the time just didn't work out so well, so we had to change that, and we scrapped out the puzzles, and recommended that players should do the puzzles on their own. We had a book that we were using at the time, 1001 chess puzzles for beginners, but it's very good for beginners and intermediary players as well. That's the book that we were using. And yeah, the thing that was only left now was to do the lecture and the games. So that's what we, structured the lecture as. The lecture would consist, say, for example, a game in the Dragon Sicilian, or we are exploring some middle game concepts, say a rook lift, or we are exploring, say, the Greek sacrifice or something like that. So we would structure it in that way. So yeah, we did the lecture and we did the game. But yeah, there was also an issue there as well, that sometimes we do the lecture and there was no time to actually play the games. So we scrapped that as well. So what we did afterwards was to formulate a tournament where the players only play. There's no lecture, there's no teaching. Um, the only thing that they were doing was to play for that amount of time. And you know what? Learners playing, there's a very good advantage to be gained from that, because they get to learn chess from a practical basis instead of a theoretical basis, and this is very important. It's very important for the learners to learn chess in this way. So this is what we did, but obviously if you do not teach certain concepts, then they won't be able to actually grow. So we noticed that a bit as well. So what we did to sort of spice it up was to engage them on a particular opening, and then after the opening we would actually have a Sunday challenge match. So what they do is that come to the club, play games on a particular opening, and then on Sunday we would take the top four players who won the tournament for the week, and those players would be put in a Sunday challenge where we would produce a video detailing sort of what they are doing, who is playing what, and yeah, how they are, learning to understand the opening in that particular way. And that was a fun activity, but yeah, I should say it was a lot of work for the coach, because yeah, you have to do video editing, you have to capture the game as well. So that was a lot, and it proved to be very, very challenging as well. So we changed that to, yeah, what we are now doing, right? So first we had a no formal structure lecture, but anyway, we skipped that, and then we came to what we are doing now. So this is how teaching is structured at Delft Chess Club at the moment. So we do all the variations of a particular opening for the month. Then we play 2 games per day, testing the opening theory along with the lecture on a particular variation. So in this month, this is July now, we are doing the Pierce defense, or the Perk defense. So we just did 2 games on the classical variation on Wednesday, which was yesterday. Tomorrow we'll be doing the 150 attack, which is going to be Friday. 150 attack, that's another variation. 2 games will be played by the players there. What we do is, like yesterday, I showed them a game against Mikhail Tal and Petrosian, where they were playing this opening, and some of the attacking features that the learners can sort of learn when engaging this game or engaging this opening, what they can take out from the video, and yeah, what they can take out from the lecture on the opening. And then after that they played some matches against each other. So these matches are going to span a whole month, so it's a tournament of 12 matches for the month. So basically, that's the understanding. But we feel that there is also something missing because we are not dealing with middle game concepts, we are not dealing with end game concepts. So there's going to be new modifications. So the new modification would be the fitting of the middle game idea in the opening structure. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be looking for games which are going to be, exploring certain middle game concepts, development, lack of development, double pawns, isolated pawns, and these type of things. But we're going to fit them within this opening structure. In the previous month, we did the King's Indian. The King's Indian, I believe, has about 10 variations, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we did, I think, about say 6 variations of the King's Indian. Yeah, unfortunately, we got disturbed a lot because we were doing the tournaments. So we had to, cut and paste certain things and ask the learners that they should look at the other variations by themselves. So yeah, the unfortunate thing in Delft Chess Club is that the capacity for homework does not yet exist within the learners. So that means that, yeah, the learners mostly rely on teaching so that they may be able to receive the information that they get. Yeah, so we don't want to have heavy reliance as well on giving them homework, as much as this is very, very important. It might actually excel their growth much more quicker. But unfortunately, this is what we are sitting at the moment. So there's many things that we have been trying so that we can sort of improve. Yeah, so what I did is in this book, let me just put it this way so that the camera may be able to, pick it up. This is basically a curricular structure that I have tried to design with the help of AI, so that we may be able to sort of give the learners a sort of robust teaching. And not only that, but also for the coach to track what type of concepts the learners have learned and how to test them as well. Yeah, one of the issues that I've always had is that my coaching is not really structured, and as a result, we can't hone into certain subjects which a learner might be struggling with, and sort of stick to it up until the learner understands it. So now I am now formalizing the coaching regimen. So just to explain this book again. So basically, there are 6 levels. Let me just check quickly. There are 8 levels of. All right. Sorry again for the cutting there. My alarm rang, and unfortunately, it disturbed me a bit. So I was still saying that in our curriculum structure, there are 7 rating categories that we are looking at, particularly because these players now are involved in tournament play. It's very important that coaching is structured accordingly and is able to allow the player to grow as they move along. So we have the novice, which is a person that's rated 0 to 800. We have a beginner that's rated 800 to 1099. We have the intermediary player that's rated 1100 to 1399. We have the semi-advanced player, and he's rated 1400 to 1699. We have the advanced player, which is rated 1700 to 1099. Then we have the expert player, which is rated 2000 and 2199. So those are the 6 rating categories before we start the rest of the rating categories, which are much more advanced. So we have the candidate master. Obviously, this one is known. It's FIDE recognized, 2200 to 2299. We have, sorry, that's the candidate master. Then we have the FIDE master, which is 2300 to 2399. The international master, which is 2400 to 2499. And then the grandmaster level, which is 2500 and above. So basically, this is the structure of how we are doing coaching. I'll just give an example of what it looks like if we are looking at the beginner coaching rating category. So there are about 10 topics that the beginner has to understand so that he may be able to, 11 topics in fact, that we want the beginners to understand. Number one is the boards, the name of the pieces, how each piece moves. Number two is check and checkmate. Number three, piece captures and piece values. Number four, castling and pawn promotion. Number five, illegal moves and other rules. Number six is stalemate. Number seven is notation. Number eight is special moves like the en passant and some emphasis as well on castling is again. Number nine is common beginner mistakes. And number 10 is the basic opening rules, the 5 principles of the opening. We are not dealing with the F pawn at this point. We're not dealing with um, the moving of the queen too early at this point. Yeah, so anyway, that's the beginning there. And then number 11 would be the scholar's mate and the fool's mate. So this is what the coach's responsibility is in terms of teaching the players. Then this page that you see, which is separate here, deals with the extra requirements that the player must have so that he may be able to pass this rating category and get a certificate for it. So, point number one, the player has to play 20 games, either online or in a tournament. Doesn't matter which one, but so long as we have 20 games under their belt. And if it's a beginner, obviously, I doubt that it's going to be a tournament. It's either going to be online or it's going to be against, the his companions here in the club. Number two, he has to do 5 exercise puzzles. Number three, do 20 homework puzzles. Number four, he has to get a 70% pass rate in these which have been detailed now, as well as the exercises that he gets in the curriculum as well. And number five, he's going to get a test. Your coach will test your understanding orally and through how you play a game. So a coach is going to sit down with him, ask him questions with regards to what he understands, what a particular thing is, what is check, what is checkmate. If I put a checkmate puzzle, make a check for me, make a checkmate for me, that type of thing. And we're going to be testing the knowledge there. I'll skip through so that I can sort of read just one more class as well so that you can sort of get an idea. Let's take the um, advanced player. So the advanced player rating category is 1,700 to 1,999. So this is almost your 2,000 player. So number one is your opening repertoire. In the opening repertoire, the player must correct opening errors through analysis. The player must study typical positions, tabia positions, so that he can understand the opening better. He must have a companion as well, a person whom he is going to practice the opening with. When he studies a new opening, must have somebody that's going to sort of test him with regards to whether he has full grasp on that opening there. In the middle game, we deal with exchange sacrifices and pawn sacrifices. He studies compensation when sacrificing and long-term thinking. Number three, planning, candidate moves, breakdown of position, finding a good plan, contentment with small gains. People like to gain a fork or a pin or a skewer or something of that nature so that they can know I'm winning or something like that. But here we want them to be content gaining just small gains. Number four, studying and analyzing miniatures, development of independent work in chess. Number five, deep dive on tactics. So we'll be doing 2,500 plus tactical puzzles training on Lichess and chess.com. Number six is calculation, calculation of tactical puzzles and calculation of positional puzzles as well. Then in the endgame, we do some complex king and pawn endgames. We do some complex bishop endgames, complex queen endgames as well. And we do minor piece endgames, major piece endgames, and theoretically drawn endgames. By this time, they will have passed the Lucina and the Philidor and all these type of things. Then, again, just a small page here, which deals with the extra requirements for the level. So the player has to play 50 games with a time control of 10 minutes 5 seconds or longer. He has to play 7 tournaments. He has to analyze 3 of the tournaments. In other words, he has to analyze at least 20 games. He has to complete all the curricular topics with exercises and homework. He has to do 20 exercises, 20 homework puzzles. He has to get a 70% pass rate. And then he's required to read a book for this level from the coach's selection. And after that, the coach again is going to be sitting down with him and is going to be testing him in terms of how he understands ideas, as well as some game tests as well, for him to be able to pass this level. So basically, that's the curriculum that we are trying to structure as Delft Chess Club, so that we can ensure that we have a sort of clear way to chart the development of the players. It's unfortunate because I wanted to show practically how this curriculum is going to be working, but unfortunately, we do not have. All right, just a disturbance again from these chess players. Yeah, but basically, this is the end of the video. What I was just trying to say is that this is the curriculum that we will be doing with the learners, so that we can ensure that the learners have a structured way of developing, a structured way of improvement. And another thing is that we want to have them climbing, these rating ladders. And so the onus is on the coaches, so that they can make sure that on their part they are doing their best. So that's what we are trying to do, to ensure that the learners improve with regards to this issue. Let's end the video here, and yeah, I'll recommend that if you like to engage, comments, and share. You can join the group Chess with Little Vazwe, and you will be able to comment on there. And then yeah, you can like us on Facebook, you can like us on YouTube as well. Yeah, we'll be dropping something on Facebook soon. And stay tuned for the next video, where we'll be speaking about the 5-year plan of Delft Chess Club, and how we are also planning to tackle the issues of finance, where we are in terms of boards and equipments. Perhaps I'm not sure whether I'll be speaking about that as well. But yeah, we'll be detailing these things so that people can sort of have a picture of what Delft Chess Club is all about. This is Luton Vazwe, and you were chilling with me, Chess with Luton Vazwe. Thank you very much for being here and listening. And I'll see you in the next video. I am signing out. Peace, peace, peace.